All right, hello everybody again. So this is a follow-up video from yesterday's video based on some follow-up questions you had. So one of the bigger questions was, what's the difference between material and assignments and the other type of assignment features? And there is one very big difference between the two, which I'm going to show you here really quickly. So again, I have my teacher classroom here. I have my student classroom here, just like yesterday's video. So we're going to do the exact same thing as yesterday, go into Classwork, and we're going to go into Create. And you'll see underneath Create, there's more than just the assignment option. There's 5 or 6 different options here that you can choose. Yesterday I showed you the assignment option. This is how you can make an assignment, add Google Docs to it, automatically create copies of Google Docs for your students. You have point options and such. So that was yesterday. So when you add material to your Google class, the page looks almost the same. You have a title, you have a description where you can put instructions in, you can create a Google Doc that's automatically shared with students, you can add previously made Google Docs or files or links to videos. The big difference here is that you don't have, here you can assign it a topic, but you don't have the points, the due dates, all that details over here in materials. And then you can go up once you have all that and post it. So the big difference here really comes on the student side. So you don't see this as teachers. I've got a material. So again, this is in Classwork. Under my IPC topic, I created this post. So you can see the difference here. This clipboard means homework or an assignment, okay, just like a to-do list. This is for material. So from a teacher's perspective and a student's perspective, those icons or images are the same. So, and it's posted here. So this is the sample material that I posted, okay? Again, from the teacher's perspective, it looks very similar. From the student's perspective, if I go into my classwork section and under IPC, you can see here that post, test material I called it. Okay? So I'm going to view the material. So here the big difference is I can access the material, the document here that the teacher posted. I can read it, I can go back, I can make a comment on it if you have that enabled. But what I can't do is turn it in. There's no way to turn this in. So when it comes to using the material feature in assignments, you won't be able to monitor whether or not your students are interacting with it. So if you want your students to complete something, or even click turn in so that you can see who's at least seen the page and who hasn't, my suggestion is to use assignments, not materials. I think the purpose of the materials feature is to post simply materials that the students might use for future assignments. Okay? From a parent's perspective, and I also think from a teacher's perspective, it's easier to do what we did before, create an assignment, and within that assignment, post all the materials you're going to need, right? And so just like yesterday, we did the link, and then we posted the Google Doc. And by doing it this way, students can then enter it, turn it in, and as a teacher, then you'll be able to see who's completed it and who hasn't. So that's the biggest difference. When you post material, there's no way for you to monitor whether or not students are accessing it. So if you really want to monitor your students and how much they're interacting with the material you're posting online, materials is not the option. Use assignments. Really quickly, a couple of the other options underneath Classwork. For those of you who are familiar with Google Forms, you have the option of doing a quiz assignment. Okay? And this is what it looks like, very similar to the assignment page, title, instructions. Instead of creating a Google Doc, it automatically created a Google form. And again, you have the due date, the topic you assign it to, and the Google form that is attached to this quiz. So the quiz would be in the form of a Google form. I'm not going to go through the details of how to create a Google form, how to edit a Google form right now, but if you have questions about Google Forms and you really want to use it, please let me know and I can help you. The one most important thing when creating a quiz through this feature is that in order for parents to be able to see it, you do need to change something in settings. So if you go to settings here, currently this Google form is restricted to users in Lakeside International School. So only people with a Lakeside International School email can access it. So you do need to click that so that your students who might have Hotmail accounts or Gmail accounts, just not Lakeside accounts, can access it. Then you also want to probably click limit to one response. Each student can respond only one time. So that's the biggest thing when it comes to the forms. I've got an example quiz already made. So back to Classwork, solar system quiz, teacher's side. Looks like this. Okay. And this is what the quiz looks like. You write your question, you make it multiple choice. The students then on their end fill out the quiz. And a really cool feature here is that you, for the early years teachers, might be helpful, is that you can also insert images. This can be done inside the form. Anywhere you have options. If you click on it, I can't see it here because I've already done it on this one. Okay, I want to put it in an option for an answer. Right there, add image, and you can pull it from a Google image search. Might be useful for the early years teachers. So I know that was a quick example, but that's what a form is. The cool thing from the student side is go finding it here. Solar system quiz, Google form. There's some permissions that aren't quite right there for me to access it. Anyways, the cool thing is that you can assign points to it too when you're making the form. Somewhere, 5 points. In the answer key. If you click answer key, you can mark the correct answer and then give it a certain number of points. So right now it's marked at 8. So when the student does fill out the form, if you do the answer key feature, it'll tell them automatically how many they got right once they submit it. So I know that was quick, but I just want to make you aware of that feature. Also, back in the teachers page under create too, you have the option of posting a question, and this is very simple. You write the question, which is your favorite planet. Keep it as short answer. It's for all students. It's just a question. I don't want it to have any points. And down here, you have the option of letting students reply to each other or not. If you unmark this box here, students can reply to each other. They can't reply to each other, and they also can't see each other's responses. So if you want them to see each other's responses, that must be clicked. And again, from the parent's perspective, I have one made. What's your favorite planet? View question. I already answered it over here. And I can see my classmates' answers too if I click here. So again, that was really quick, but I did want to show you the other features in the classwork because specifically a couple people were wondering about the difference between material and assignments. So there that is. I hope that was helpful. My next video, I might get to it today, will be about notifications. People are receiving a lot of notifications, and I think they're getting overwhelmed by them. So that will be up next. All right, have a good Friday, everybody. I hope you enjoy your weekend.